All right, honors geometry fans, let's talk arcs, huh? Yeah. Oh yeah. So let me share my screen. You're going to pull up your 14.4 notes, and this one shouldn't be too long here because we're just going to do 14.4, and then I'll have a separate video for 14.5. Okay, so first thing to know, what is a central angle? It's exactly what it sounds like. It's an angle with its vertex at the center of the circle. Okay, so you can see right here in this diagram, here is a central angle APB, for example. I know that's small. There's a Y right there in the center of the circle, so PBA. Okay, so what you can see here is that every central angle forms a major and a minor arc. Okay, and again, arc is a part of a circle. Okay, so you can see the major arc would be this part around here. Okay, so in other words, it's the bigger arc or the longer arc or the arc that's more than half of the circle. Okay, and then the minor arc would be right here. Okay, so the question becomes, so how would we name those? Okay, well, and I think there's a X right here, by the way, where it's a little blob there, that's an X and this is the Y. So the major arc, there's a couple ways you could do it. You could say major arc AB, and that AB means that those are the endpoints of the arc. So if it was major arc AB, then you know you're going this way. Or you could say arc AYB, okay? Or you could say major arc AB, or just say arc AYB, and it would be kind of obvious. If it's a situation where it'd be very clear that it's the major arc. For minor arc, you could say minor arc AB. And this symbol can be used for arc as well, okay? Or you could say arc AXB, right? Or BXA, same thing, okay? So again, minor arc would be between A and B here, inclusive. And again, another way of saying this would be arc AXB, okay? Minor arc, or the major arc, excuse me, would be points outside of those. Again, you could call it major arc AB, you could call it arc AYB, you could call it major arc AYB, okay? So then you're probably saying, well, what if there isn't a major and a minor arc? What if they're the same? What if it's just half the circle? Well, we know that's called a semicircle, which technically is formed when you have the endpoints are a diameter. Okay, so in other words, the arcs are the endpoints of a diameter. Okay, there's no angle formed. There's no central angle, right? Why? Why is there no central angle to form a semicircle? Yeah, because an angle can't be what? Can't be 180 degrees, right? And that it's in a diameter is a line. Okay, but you still have two arcs. They're just called semicircles in that case. Okay, now arcs have degree measures. And I want you to think of the degree measure as what portion of the circle it is, not its length, okay, not the distance of the arc, but rather what portion out of the circle is it. It's almost like percentage, except instead of being out of 100, it's out of 360. And you probably know that from, watching snowboarding in the half pipe in the Olympics, or X Games, motocross, where they're going and they're doing huge flips and things like that. So 360 is one revolution, once around a circle. Okay, so the minor arc, its degree measure is the measure of the corresponding central angle. So let's say central angle APB here was, I don't know, what does it look like? 40 degrees. Then what we would say is the measure of minor arc AB or AXB is 40 degrees. Okay. The major arc is just 360 minus whatever the measure was of the minor arc. Okay. And what do you think the semicircle is? Yeah, half of 360, which is 180. Okay. So again, we're not saying that the degree is the length, right? It's not the length. It's kind of basically the purport, or it's the how much out of the circle is it? Okay. And just like we had angle addition, we have arc addition, right? So if we have arc, a minor arc XY here, and minor arc YZ, and they had respective degrees of A degrees and B degrees, then the measure of arc XYZ would just be the measure of XY, arc XY, plus the measure of arc YZ, or in other words, A plus B, okay? Same as angle addition. Okay, and that's really it for 14.4. So quick lesson, and then we'll go do some practice on that, and then we'll jump into 14.5. All right, quick one. Yeah.